A traumatic brain injury and concussion is a major cause of hospitalization and death. And according to data from the CDC, more than 5 million people in the U.S. are living with a permanent brain injury-related disability. Dr. Matt Ashley joins us now in studio this afternoon, and he's the Chief Medical Officer at the Center for Neuroskills here in Austin. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, Dr. Ashley, new research from the University of Washington, their Medicine, Sports, Health, and Safety Institute, and Seattle Children's Research Institute, they found that 5% of youth football players get a concussion each season. So tell us more about the statistics really surrounding head injuries in children.
Yes, so obviously it's difficult to study this sometimes. This is one of the most useful studies that we have. I think it surprised people at the number of kids that were suffering from these injuries. 5 out of 100 in a single season is quite a bit. This was a study that was focused on younger kids, age I believe 6 to 14, so it doesn't incorporate some of those high school years, so that's an important caveat there. But yeah, it's affecting a lot of our youth, and I think it's also important to remember most of these injuries don't necessarily occur on the football field. That's just one slice. So a lot of the youth sports, a lot of kids playing sports, and they can suffer injuries in the other sports as well.
So what are the risks of consistent concussions, particularly with brain development? Because at that age, your kids' brains are just forming, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think it's important to state that youth sports are good for kids, and we want them to be able to participate in them, but we want them to do it safely. So, you know, paying attention to that developing brain and making sure that these kids, you know, when they are suffering these injuries, are being taken out of play adequately and being returned safely is really critical for their success.
Well, that leads to my next question. What are the do's and don'ts for your child after they suffer a concussion? What should you be making sure that you're doing and making sure that you're avoiding?
Yeah, so the first step is recognizing the injury. And, you know, we don't have to have a blow to the head. We can just have a rapid change in speed and velocity, and the brain can be injured with that. And the first step is removing the kid from play, making sure that they're not risking re-injury in that initial period. And then, you know, assessing them properly on the sideline, getting them out of play, getting them to a safer environment, and then following CDC heads-up guidance and structured return to play and return to learn in the days that follow.
And so as a parent, how can you advocate for your child? Because let's say they really want to play football. I mean, what are you suggesting that parents do?
Well, I don't ever suggest that people limit their activities away from these things. I just think they should know risks. And contact-related sports obviously carry higher risks than non-contact related sports. So things like hockey, football, lacrosse, even soccer, basketball, they're going to be higher risk sports than some of the others. But again, they're important for kids, and I think they need to know that they can do these things safely. And it's really everyone's job, coaches, parents, athletic trainers, to recognize the signs of concussion and remove the kids when it's appropriate.
Yes, it's everyone's job. Thank you so much, Dr. Ashley. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.